Hey everybody, I'm Jason Fox with John L. Scott Ballard, the Madrona Group.
Hi everybody, I'm Joe Kiser with John L. Scott Ballard, the Madrona Group.
Today we're going to talk to you about the top 3 things that every homeowner needs to know about getting a home ready to sell in today's market.
As you know, Jason, the market's really crazy right now. It's actually very limited inventory, and it's creating this very competitive market.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, basically every offer we turn in right now, or every offer we receive on every listing, is multiple offer everything. And we're usually competing with anywhere from 8 people up to 42.
Yeah, I was just going to talk about that. We just got that email the other day that we were looking at a house that had 42 offers, and things are going well above asking price.
Yeah, and we're seeing things that, used to be a little bit out of the ordinary that are becoming kind of accustomed to every single offer now, like having extra money down towards low appraisal.
Yeah, or people just waiving financing entirely. And, that's why more than ever it's important to work with a top-notch agent right now to understand the risks that people are putting themselves in to get a home.
With the way this market is working, and even if you're not thinking about selling right now, as a homeowner, I would probably be considering checking out and getting the actual market value of my home. I'm curious to know, some of the numbers that we're seeing are pretty high, so I think it'd be a good time to go out there and find out what the value of your home is.
Yeah, I think it's really important. If you were looking at even numbers from just a couple of months ago, it's been such a swing, and the property values have increased so much that as a homeowner, it is good to know kind of where you sit and what's going on with the market, because it's changing so fast.
One of the common misconceptions might be that, well, if the market is that hot, then maybe I could just throw my house on the market exactly the way it is, right? But of course, we know that it's real important that every house be market ready day one.
Even though the market's really competitive out there, that buyers are really still looking for that move-in ready home. They want to move in, and a lot of them are working from home right now, and so they need this place that's ready to go, and that's what's really making them get really competitive and give favorable terms to the seller.
Yeah, which is, what we've been seeing, right, is that a lot of people are moving out of the city towards the suburbs because they're looking for more space, they're looking for more bedrooms and maybe a home office, and they're looking for yards. Yeah. But when you're out there doing that, looking, and there's, not many listings to look at, people want to see something that they can envision themselves in, they can create that emotional tie to, and so that means making sure that the house is clean, making sure it's decluttered, making sure it's staged, making sure it's photographed with the very best photographers.
Light and bright, fresh paint, carpet, it goes a long ways, and that's really going to spur on this competition. And, if you weren't thinking about selling, but now you want to sell, it puts you in a position to where you're going to really have a lot of say, and you're not going to have to take a lot of risk, and you're going to get the terms that really accommodate your needs.
If you find yourself in that position where you're looking to upsize or find some more room or whatever, and you go out there and you find that dream house, like right now is this perfect time to maximize the value of your sale, because we are seeing home prices go up to record highs right now. In addition, when you're getting ready to buy, the interest rates are so unbelievably low that our buying power has been increased significantly.
Yeah, and we know that most of this actually happens with a dream. People aren't really thinking about buying, and then they're on a Sunday drive, and they're, having a nice, easy day, and they realize, hey, this is a really cute neighborhood, and see a house for sale. I don't know how often that we get the call where, people aren't really looking, but they want to see what it takes to make it happen. And so it's a great time to capitalize on both ends now with the low interest money.
Absolutely.
Well, as talked about, it's best to have a home that's move-in ready. And, that can be an overwhelming thought. People will spend somewhere upwards of 6 months to do that. It's money out of pocket. And so sometimes that makes people kind of just step back, But one of the nice things is that we've got programs to help with that. In fact, we come in, we do the work. You don't take any money out of your pocket up front, and we get the house market ready. And time is of the essence right now. So to have a contractor come in and be efficient and take that off your plate can really streamline the process and make it easy for you and get you out looking at houses quicker.
So what you're telling me, Joe, is that you as an agent are going to come in, you're going to find the contractors for me, we're going to find the money to get this done, we're going to get my house market ready so we can get the most amount of eyeballs possible, so we can get the highest value for your home, and I don't have to worry about any of it?
That's exactly what I'm telling you.
Yeah, that sounds like a pretty awesome program.
It is. It's a great program, and John L. Scott's worked on it. It's called Market Ready Plus, and it's a John L. Scott program, and it puts you in the driver's seat to get out there and take advantage of these low rates and get the house that you're dreaming about.
Yeah, so if we got a house that's maybe a little cluttered, and here's one of the things, big question we get, Joe, what's people are always asking us, what should I do to get my house ready, right? And I think bottom line, we're always going to tell you kind of the same things. We're not looking for major renovations. We're not looking for huge updates. You're probably just not going to get the ROI when you take on those big projects. Probably almost always carpet, almost always paint and flooring, definitely a good deep clean, which we'll take care of for you. Definitely getting it clean or decluttered and staged, which we'll take care of you.
Yeah, and sometimes there's even bigger projects. You know, you might be intimidated. There's a roof that needs to be replaced, and we can actually help you with that too. Really, what we're trying to create is this experience. So when a potential buyer walks into your house, it feels like home. And maybe there's some tweaks and things they want to change, but they can come in and it's clean and it's inviting, and they want to sit there and talk to their agent about it.
And sometimes after we get an inspection done, some things do pop up, some deferred maintenance, and things always kind of find a way. But the program also is going to take care of that for you. No money out of pocket, so we can just get this thing ready to sell, and that's what the program does for you.
So you mean as an agent, if I hire you, you guys are going to come in and take care of all that, even through the inspection, and it's not going to cost me money?
Yeah, nothing out of pocket. It'll come out at escrow. It'll come out of the equity of the home, but we can get it ready to go so that we can get the most amount of people in there and get it bid up as high as we possibly can and take advantage of this market with some of those fixes.
Jason, even as a couple of years ago, programs like this for sellers just didn't exist. If the work needed to be done, it was on the seller's dime, and oftentimes that would delay putting it to market, or if it came up in an inspection and they wanted to move forward, it would cost them a lot of money right then.
And even like the stress of like having to manage all that, to find the contractors, to put up the money, to manage the program, it's really stressful and inconvenient. So to have a program that you can just sit back and let somebody else take care of that, it's pretty nice.
Jason, there's another program we're really excited about too to roll out. A lot of people are in a selling position, but for safety issues, they don't want people in their home, or they just want speed, efficiency, and convenience. And so they really don't want to go to the open market and invite a bunch of people into their home. And in that case, we have a program called Instant Purchase Plus.
So, Joe, we both know that putting a house on the open market, having it market ready day one, that's the best scenario. And that's what's going to produce the highest amount of sales dollars. But some of our sellers find themselves in a position where maybe that's just not possible. Maybe they, like you mentioned, want to feel a little bit safer, have less people in the house. That I could see where a program like that will be real helpful. Like maybe I just want somebody to come in and offer me all cash.
Yeah, that happens all the time too. Some people just really aren't comfortable. They can't let go of the process and just let it happen. They're just too stressful of a process for them. Maybe they're moving across country, whatever the case is. That some people just really don't want to open themselves up to the market like that, and they just want the security and the peace of mind of knowing they got a fair price and that they can move out on their terms.
There's definitely pros and cons to getting an all-cash offer from an investor, but I think it's definitely something that we should take the time and investigate and check out.
Not all homes are going to qualify. Not investors aren't looking to just buy every home out there, but instead of trying to track down investors and find one that works for your home, you can contact me and I'll reach out to the investors and see if your home qualifies.
Maybe if you get an all-cash offer, it's generally going to be a little bit less than if you put it on the open market.
Chances are yes, in this market in particular, as there's so much competition out there on the open market, you're probably going to net a higher offer if you were to bring it out to the open market.
Yeah, and there are fees involved with this iBuyer program, but the best thing to do is just give us a call. We can go over some of the pros and cons with you and figure out which program works best.
Jason, then I'm curious, with all these programs and everything out there, all these iBuyers, Wall Street getting into it, is it important today that people still work with an agent?
Yeah, that's a great question, Joe, and one that I'm sure a lot of people are asking themselves right now. Can I just go sign up for this program? Can I just get my house ready? And I think the answer is absolutely. Obviously, I'm a little bit biased, but I think the power of having a great team behind you in this market is super important because, one, everything is happening so fast, right? And so it's so important that we have all of our I's dotted and our T's crossed. But the other thing is that there's still a lot of negotiation involved in this. And so I think having somebody that will negotiate on your behalf and fiercely is very important right now.
Yeah, and as these programs come at you a million miles an hour, it's important that someone can actually sit down, explain the pros and cons of it, and really make sure what's the best situation for you and your family, so you don't make an emotional purchase that maybe wasn't putting you in the best situation, or open yourself up to liability that maybe you exposed yourself because you just weren't quite sure what was going on. So it's important to be able to look at all the options.
That's right. And that's where, having a team, it's not just the real estate agent, but it's, if you do decide to buy, it's the lending team, it's the title and escrow team, it's having the power of John L. Scott behind you, not just the Madrona Group and the 90 years of experience here locally in the Pacific Northwest. And just knowing how to navigate this challenging time, all the different forms and all the different unique situations that we're seeing today.
Jason, you started out by saying you're biased, and I certainly am too, and I do believe now more than ever with all these programs, it's very confusing, and so it's more important than ever to have an agent. But don't take our word for it. Go talk to someone that just went through a transaction, whether it's someone at John L. Scott or they went through it on their own or with a friend or a family member's agent, and just ask if they thought they could have done that without an agent working for them.
Yeah, it's a whirlwind. It's stressful. It gets a little bit crazy out there. And so, yeah, having somebody on your side, having a team backing you up right now, I think provides a level of comfort that we just can't really even explain in this video.
I mean, for example, the multiple listing service just revised all the forms because of the liability and the situations people are getting into to get these homes.
Yeah, it's true. We've never seen so much red. When they changed all the forms, they showed all the changes they made, and these forms are just red, and it's just based on correcting the forms to match the market that we're in right now. It's really hard to understate how much change has actually occurred over the last 6 to 8 months.
Yeah, I think in 6 to 8 months we're going to look back and realize like we were in the middle of a huge industry change, and to have your finger on the pulse is very important right now.
Yeah, and it's lucky that we do have, so many agents in our office and so many team members that are out there doing deals, doing listings, putting this up together so that we can stay on top of every change and always know exactly what move to make.
Well, Jason, I think right now what every homeowner should do is they should know what their home's worth. Like now more than ever, it's important to know what their home's worth and what the demand on their home is.
It's an awesome opportunity right now to maybe cash out, put a nest egg away for retirement, or maybe your house has increased in value so much that you can go and find your dream home.
Right now there's possibility that wasn't maybe possible a year ago, and maybe we don't need to live where we're living, and we can still have the same life if we were to move where we want to live.
Yeah, which is actually kind of a funny story because my wife and I were looking at listings the other day, and we saw a house that we were like, holy moly, that meets all of our check boxes. And we didn't even think about that possibility until we saw that house. And now today, we're out looking at houses with a view in Edmonds that I wasn't just a few months ago, just because we saw a listing. And the awesome thing is that our house now currently is valued at like $100,000 more than it was just a few months ago.
These are unprecedented times. Do yourself a favor, reach out to us. Let us evaluate your home. Let's look at the situation you're in, and let's see, is it time to do something?
Thank you so much for watching this webisode with Joe and I, where we talk about the 3 important things that every homeowner needs to know about the current conditions in the market today. We really take pride in bringing you the most relevant and informational pieces that we can, and we look forward to continuing to bring that to you. In the meantime, if you have any questions, as we kind of already mentioned, please give us a call at 206-899-5155.
Or come visit us at our website, www.themadronagroup.com.